Welcome to the class. This is Identifying Business Opportunities. By the end of this video, you'll begin to be able to ask the right questions that can identify a real customer or market need. That's how businesses begin, by identifying a problem that a prospective business founder can solve. Those who don't know this but pursue starting a business anyway may be exclusively following this particular business advice. If you build a better mousetrap, then the world will be the path to your door. This is dangerous advice. It is dangerous because, well, it's misquoted from the American writer Ralph Waldo Emerson. That's not quite what he said, though it is arguably close. It is also rife with assumptions, which can be harmful. Assumptions are thoughts, ideas, or sentiments that are taken to be true or self-evident without being tested or verified. Americans have taken this quote quite literally, and that is why there are over 4,000 patents for mousetraps in the United States Patent Office, making mousetraps the most frequently invented device in United States history. Are customers beating a path to any of their doors? When was the last time you thought that a mousetrap was worth spending money on? The advice is dangerous because it assumes that any superior product or service sells itself and makes for a successful business. There is definitely more to it than that, and we will begin with identifying real customer or market needs. First, some distinctions. A customer is someone who will buy something from the business. A market is a group of customers. A need is something that a customer or the market cannot do without. It is necessary. They will suffer if they go without that thing they need. Key questions for identifying a real need. Do customers have an unsolved problem? The problem in this case isn't just any problem, but a problem that can't be solved yet simply by going to a marketplace and spending some money. Let's take the example of Pedro and his neighborhood. Pedro discovered one day there were a lot of mice in his house. The mice were eating food in his cupboards as well as damaging electrical wiring. He went to the grocery to buy rat poison, but when he got there, he saw a lot of his neighbors chatting uneasily. "The mice are everywhere, but all the poison here doesn't work," said Mary. "The cats won't even go after them, as if they're afraid," said Andrew. "Even if we buy traps, we can't possibly trap them all," said Mateo. Pedro became worried. Everybody was at a loss about this growing mouse problem. Pedro and his neighbors have a problem they can't solve. Not that they haven't tried. Is there a significantly better way solving the customer's problem than an existing product or service provides? Let's take the example of Pablo and his neighborhood. Pablo discovered one day that there were lots of mice in his house. The mice were eating food in his cupboards as well as damaging the electrical wiring. He went to the grocery to buy rat poison, and when he got there, he saw a lot of his neighbors having an excited conversation. Mouse traps are great because the dead mice are easier to dispose of. When you poison them, they die in their holes, and you can't get them out. The smell is awful, said Lucas. Mousetraps can only catch mice, well, one at a time. There's too many mice, and they're breeding, said Martha. I dislike both traps and poison because they're harmful to my kids and my pets. I think I'll call a pest control company and have them deal with it, said John. Pablo is at a loss which solution to pick. Every choice seemed to have a significant disadvantage. Is there a better way to solve this problem? Can your way introduce a sustainably better price for the customer? It's not a good solution if the customers cannot afford it. Let's go back to the two mice-infested communities. Pedro's community has an average household budget for solving the mice problem of 10,000 pesos a month. Pablo's community has an average household budget for solving the mice problem of 2,500 pesos a month. This is when UCorp introduces the latest in mice control. The anti-rodent ninja robot. While UCorp's product is significantly better than what's available in Pablo's community, the people there can't really afford it. What's becoming clear that in Pedro's community, UCorp may find not only just one customer, but a market. Now let's review the key questions in identifying a real customer need. Do customers have an unsolved problem? Is there a significantly better way solving the customer's problem than an existing product or service? Can your way introduce a sustainably better price for the customer? UCorp's anti-rodent ninja robot isn't just a better mousetrap. And even if it is, the world won't be the path to its door. Certainly Pablo and his neighbors won't. But UCorp seizes a business opportunity because beyond being better than mousetraps, pest control services, and poison, there's a market here that can afford it. Now, UCorp just needs to be the path to Pedro's door, figuratively speaking. Now, here's your assignment. Think of 3 ideas you think might be foundations of a business. For each of these, ask the 3 questions we discussed here. Take note if there is a real customer need for any of these 3 ideas. It doesn't matter if the ideas don't get a yes in any of the questions. What's important is how you answer these questions seriously. But if you do find that even if one of these ideas have a yes answer, then hold on to it. By the end of the whole program, you may have a real business you can start. In the next video, we'll do a workshop on some business ideas and try to find the real customer needs that they addressed.